If you want to analyze the fight between Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez, it takes more nuance than the regular fight. If you're only looking at recent results, you probably think Alexander Volkanovski is done, washed up, a legend sleeping into the shadows. You see headlines like knocked out again, Volk is on a decline, and now the narrative is simple. Diego Lopez is going to knock him out cold. But here's the thing, when you take a closer look, when you remember the full story, that narrative falls apart. Wind the clock to 2023, Volkanovski stepped up on 11 days notice to fight Islam Makhachev for the lightweight belt. Let that sink in. 11 days. He had just finished surgery, he was on vacation, not in camp. Even though he said he was training before that fight, I don't believe him. I mean, just take a look at his physique before that fight and it says it all. He wasn't even sparring, in my opinion. He took on the most dominant lightweight since Khabib Nurmagomedov. He lost, but he showed up. Now tell me how many fighters in the top 5 are taking that type of risk? How many champions would risk their legacy like that? Volk did, and he paid for it. Then came the Ilia Topuria fight, a hungry undefeated knockout artist. Volk had just fought a few months earlier. No time to rest, no time to recalibrate. He got caught clean. And just like that, people forgot everything he had done before those two fights. But let's be honest here, he didn't lose to bums. He lost to the 2 best pound for pound fighters on the planet. Islam is number 1, Ilia is officially number 3, but in my opinion, he is the real number 2 pound for pound fighter right now. So let's stop pretending like Volkanovski got exposed. He took 2 enormous gambles against the most dangerous fighters in the game and he lost. That's not a downfall. That's a consequence. When you talk about Alexander Volkanovski's legacy, he isn't just a former champion. He's one of the greatest featherweights of all time. Max Holloway, Jose Aldo, Brian Ortega, Korean Zombie, Yair Rodriguez. These aren't just names. These are all-time greats, and Volk didn't just beat them, he dominated them. I mean, he absolutely embarrassed Max in their 3rd fight. He broke Ortega, he blitzed Yair, he shut down a whole generation of contenders. He was fighting 2-3 times a year, always ready, always evolving. Before those 2 recent losses, Volk looked untouchable. And now, for the first time in a long time, he's had time to rest, recover, and rebuild. Now, when you talk about Diego Lopez, the dark horse who exploded into the scene, he lost a close decision to Movsar Evloev on short notice, and somehow that loss boosted his stock, which is understandable because the way he fought, aggressive, unpredictable, and dangerous, it was interesting to see. Since then, 3 straight wins. Tucker, Ige, and Ortega, all finishes, all exciting. Lopez has fast hands, brutal ground and pound, and slick jiu-jitsu, and of course a fan-friendly style. He's earned the hype. He's fun to watch, but here's the truth. He's just not battle-tested at the highest level yet. And Ige, while durable, has become a gatekeeper, and him taking a fight against Lopez was literally the definition of last minute. That fight was made the night of the fight. Now, it's no doubt that Lopez has a ton of potential, but he hasn't faced a fighter who's known to win championship rounds, how to adapt mid-fight, how to break opponents over 25 minutes, and that's exactly what Volk does better than almost anyone. Volkanovski is more than a brawler. He's a technician, a strategist, a fighter with championship patience and composure. You remember that guillotine from Brian Ortega? Most fighters would have tapped to that, okay? Volk survived. He powered through, he refused to lose. He's fought through adversity, adjusted mid-fight, and risen under pressure. That's what separates champions from contenders. And now he's had a full year off, not because he was ducking fights or anything like that, but because he finally gave his body time to rest. This isn't a layoff, this is a recovery. Now don't get me wrong, Lopez is absolutely dangerous. He can catch anyone. He might even be a future champion eventually, but let's not crown him just yet. People are comparing his hype to Volk's losses, but that's not a fair comparison. Volkanovski has fought and beaten some of the greatest fighters in MMA history. He has survived hell. He has carried the featherweight division on his back for years, and now he's coming back with a chip on his shoulder. Something to prove, and a lot to lose. Now, Volkanovski's fight style is built on high fight IQ, elite cardio, and constant pressure. He mixes up sharp striking with feints, controls distance well, and makes smart in-fight adjustments. While not a knockout artist, he overwhelms opponents with volume, precision, and the threat of takedowns. His defense is tight and his pace doesn't slow down, making him one of the most well-rounded, adjustable fighters in MMA. Now, on the other hand, Diego Lopez's fight style is explosive, aggressive, and finish-oriented. He's a dangerous striker with fast hands and flashy kicks, but his biggest weapon is his elite jiu-jitsu, especially off his back. Lopez thrives in chaos, pushes a fast pace, and constantly hunts for submissions or knockouts. Always exciting, always dangerous. At the end of the day, Volkanovski has faced all types of fight styles, including one similar to Diego Lopez. But Diego Lopez, in my opinion, hasn't faced anyone who's such a technician and has so much experience than Volkanovski. I do think Alexander Volkanovski is absolutely going to outclass Diego Lopez, but at the end of the day, he might just get caught. That is a high possibility. There are levels to this game, and on fight night, Volkanovski is going to remind everyone exactly what level he's on. It's not a confident prediction, but like I said, I believe Volkanovski is going to show there's absolutely levels to this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think I'm off anywhere? Or do you think I'm absolutely right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.